Step right up. The American circus, once a beloved and thrill-filled spectacle, has been in decline over the years. But right here in Sarasota, the circus's historic winter home, some are fighting to preserve its legacy. Tonight, 10 Tampa Bay's Adure Achumba explores the circus's captivating story, its local impact, and asks, is the circus vanishing or transforming into something new?
A timeless art form steeped in talent, tradition, and transformation. For over a century, the circus captivated imaginations across America. Its glamour, grit, and spectacle unmatched. And nowhere was that more true than here in Sarasota, Florida. Signs the circus once thrived here are everywhere.
Circus was a huge deal in every way. In Sarasota, it was a huge deal because of the literal property, but also because of the influx of people who came in.
The city's transformation began in 1927 when John Ringling moved the winter quarters of the Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus from Bridgeport, Connecticut.
John Ringling was the father of what you would consider the modern circus, I would say.
He created a whole complex out in the old fairgrounds and created tourist attractions. So right off the bat, circus becomes a draw to the city of Sarasota and brings a whole community of people who have enriched our area.
Ringling's World of Wonders, teeming with tamed tigers and roaring lions, ferried across the country in spectacular wagons, coming to life under the grandeur of big top tents chock full of families.
That's what made it profitable, was the fact that he didn't have to change everywhere that he went. He could take that cookie cutter pattern, if you will, of the circus and just move it from arena to arena to arena.
Today, the Ringling Museum stands as a beacon of that bygone era, preserving artifacts and legacy and retelling the stories of what's known as the greatest show on earth. The remnants of that world now walking a tightrope along the lines of ethics, entertainment, and an evolution into a new era.
The circus is in a decline, but I don't know of any industry that doesn't have its ups and downs. We know the saying, think outside of the box. I always say we have to start thinking outside of the big top.
As the traditional circus fades, performers like Nick Wallenda are keeping its spirit alive, aiming to take it to new heights. A seventh-generation circus artist of the Flying Wallenda's fame with roots back to Germany. They were a group of daredevil stunt-performing high-wire acts, doing so without a safety net.
I was born into this. My mom was 6 months pregnant with me and still walking the wire. I started walking the wire at 18 months old. This is my life. This isn't a career. It's not a job. This is my passion. This is who Nick Wallenda is.
Wallenda redefines modern circus by combining high-stakes stunts with modern media and technology, beaming his crossing of Times Square, Niagara Falls, and the Grand Canyon live to millions. But he recognizes the industry's struggles, especially the decline of animal acts and the scrutiny over their treatment.
For the last several generations, circus has become more unrelatable.
Performing animals were at the heart of many circus performances for a very long time. The circus started originally in 1768 with the equestrian riding. So horses are the very beginning of what we call the circus today.
Including various exotic animals like big cats and elephants.
That was a big part of the circus experience up until 2016 was when the elephants were retired from Ringling Brothers, Barnum and Bailey. Times have changed and we understand more about the needs of animals, and public opinion has changed. We've also seen a lot of political changes where there's licensing requirements that make it very hard for people to travel animals.
And that looks to be the circus's future, coupled with digital innovations and tightening legislation. Adaptation and evolution are inevitable, and shows like Cirque du Soleil, for example, now offering only human-centric spectacles, no animals, just art.
I don't think the circus is vanishing at all. I think that the circus needs to continue to evolve. And I think that many of the circuses have not continued to do that. And that's where the struggle is.
I see around the world circus artists really pushing themselves to new boundaries, doing new acrobatic acts, really developing the arts of the circus in new ways.
In Sarasota, Adure Achumba, 10 Tampa Bay.